Did you guys know I like Dragon Ball? It's kind of one of those interests I keep on the down low. Like Robin. Sup nerds, how's it going? Today, I'm going to explain to you how I was introduced to Dragon Ball and whatnot. By the way, this is like the 8th version of this intro. Turns out I'm really bad at them. Let's get into it! It started one day from either 2016 or 2017, and I was in the basement of my home looking through games we had for the PlayStation 2. Nothing out of the ordinary. But one game caught my eye. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Although at the time, I had no idea how to say those words. Budokai Tenkaichi? There was some strange familiarity with it, like some kind of deja vu, but I shrugged it off, cause the cover looks sick! Like, tell me this isn't awesome! Ahem. Anyway, so I grabbed the disc, put it in, and waited for it to load. And the opening cutscene played. And, well... yeah, I was even more hooked on it. I still vividly remember the first time I played the game. I chose the tournament mode, selected A players not knowing that it meant human players, and made all of them Goten. You can imagine my confusion when the AI wasn't fighting back. After some fidgeting, I figured it out, and chose only one player, and I was good to go. In my first fight, I was against Tien. And again, I had that same odd feeling that I've done this before during the fight. How did the fight go, you ask? Well... but I was interested in the game. So, after some playing around and that deja vu feeling, I was very slowly but very surely growing my skill. Until now, I'd say I'm pretty good at it. Anyway, I started playing this game every day as much as I could. It was just so cool to me. The fighting, the lasers, the fireballs. It just interested me so much. The more I played, the more I learned, seeing how the story mode goes through Dragon Ball Z and its movies as well as GT. I liked it so much that I introduced it to my brother, cousin, and friends, and they liked it. We played Dragon Ball Z outside with our imagination. My brother, cousin, and I made our very first OCs with Legos, and made a Lego Dragon Ball movie. It was on my 3DS back in 2018, and if I still had it, I would show you some footage of it. But take my word for it, it was kinda cool what younger us would think of in the short time period of an hour and a half. But the cringe overwhelms that. In fact, I still remember the OCs. Cooper had James, Asher had Wolfhan, although he was kinda shared between those two. My brother had/has Ozen. Hank had Chosen, and I still have /used Gozen to this day. I also have more, but they don't exist yet. We're still in the past. So let's continue forth. In the same year of 2018, I discovered that my older brother had Dragon Ball games for his Xbox 360. I've never seen anything like them. Raging Blast 2, Ultimate Tenkaichi, Battle of Z. What the freak are these? I tried them, and I still remember what I thought of each of them. Ultimate Tenkaichi, this sucks! Battle of Z, it's okay, I guess. And Raging Blast 2, this is awesome! I wish I still had it, because what I remember, it really was awesome. I also gave Ultimate Tenkaichi another try a few months ago, and now I play it to this day. Now I wish I had Battle of Z and could retry that. Who knows? Maybe I'd really like it. It was also at this point in time that I started to learn/watch Dragon Ball Super. And even saying that is kinda not true. I only saw a couple clips here and there on YouTube, and I eventually learned about Super Saiyan God. And then Blue, although I didn't know it was called Blue, so I called it Super Saiyan God 2. I mean, it kinda works, right? Anyway, it was at the point that I asked my older brother for some Lego Dragon Ball Z stuff, And lo and behold, for my birthday, I got Lego Dragon Ball Z. And then that December is when me, my brother, and cousin made the previously mentioned Lego Dragon Ball Z movie. Again, horribly beautiful. Also, a quick fun fact, I still have my very first Dragon Ball drawing. It's even hung up on my wall. Okay, let me explain. At this point, I've known Dragon Ball for a few years. It's 2019. Let's skip the first half of it and go to my birthday. On that day, I got one of my now all-time favorite games, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I remember the process of making Gozen. My brother, cousin, and ex-friend watched me play it since it was my birthday party, and it was amazing. I had no idea what I was doing fighting Raditz, but I had such a fun time, and I continued to play it like the next hour. And the next day I played Xeno, and the day after that, and the day after that, so on and so forth. I was addicted to Xeno, and quite frankly still am. Months go by, and at this point, I played Xeno more than Fortnite, because back then, Fortnite was at its prime. And now it's 2020. Not a lot happened for me in terms of Dragon Ball. I can really only think of 4 things that did. So let's go over those. The first thing is that 2020 is when I really started doing character impressions and writing short stories, so I can do said impressions. The one I was best at during 2020 was Vegeta, Gohan, and Frieza. And those are only 3 of them. The second thing is probably the most prominent. I did ranked matches in Xenoverse. You may be wondering, why ranked? Or, what's ranked? Or, why do you think I sound like this? Well, it's because I needed to get better at Xenoverse. I got bored of just fighting the AIs, but I was nowhere near good enough to just, start fighting random people online. So I started fighting random people online. But it worked. If I hadn't done ranked, I would be nowhere as good as I am now. Let's keep on topic with Xeno, because it contains the third thing. I made 3 of my biggest Dragon Ball characters in 2020, those being Dark Eyes, Cheesy, and Kyla in that order. I originally made Dark Eyes because I wanted to make one of my avatars, Shadow, in Xeno. But I ended up changing that to Dark Eyes because he looked cooler than what Shadow would have been. And as for Cheesy's origin, he was made in case someone cheesed me in ranked. And now he's used to cheese people in general. Hashtag character development. And Kyla was made because I thought it'd be neat to give Cheesy a twin sister. That's it. And as for the fourth thing of 2020, Hulu did a great thing. They added Dragon Ball Super. I was stoked. I could watch Dragon Ball Super. Also around that time, I watched the Battle of Gods movie, but who cares about that? I could actually watch a Dragon Ball anime. So I did, and I loved it. Still do. Say what you will, but Super is awesome, especially the Zamasu saga. It's probably my all-time favorite Dragon Ball saga. Goku Black / Zamasu are ranked number 1 in terms of my favorite Dragon Ball villains, probably even across all of fiction. That basically wraps up 2020, so let's hop into 2021. Hooray. Can't really think of much that happened to me in terms of Dragon Ball in 2021 either, but that's because 2021 was as hectic as Twitter when someone has an opinion. But there was one big thing that happened, and that's me creating a Xenoverse clan. And because I did that, I met Led, Shaden, and Waniac in that order. And because of that, my Xenoverse skills have not improved whatsoever. Thanks a lot. I'm still better than all of you. Another thing that came from meeting those idiots was an improvement of my writing. As I've mentioned a few times on my Instagram, put her there, editor me. I'm writing a story. But not just one, a whole series. And for that, I thank thee. I never thought I'd be able to create something that gave me an excuse to do all the character voices as impressions. If you want to hear the stories, you're gonna have to wait, because at the moment, I'm essentially having technical difficulties. However, you can have a quick snippet of it. Pretty good, right? Anyway, that brings us to the present. Because of Dragon Ball, I got some great friends, I had my drawing potential pulled out like Elder Kai did the dance, and I don't know how I'd be without it. My life started because I tried a game for the PlayStation 2 in 3rd grade. Gotta say, thanks to Akira Toriyama. So, Thanks, Akira Toriyama. Jeez, I suck at intros and outros. Peace out, nerds. Stay dope.
Settle this, Kakarot. It's been a long time since we fought seriously, huh?
Wow, Vegeta, you're kinda cute when you sleep. What the? I hope you'll come back someday. See you later.
No.
Oh, wow. You beat me.